Alex Petrangelo's captain of the Cup team. He's a leader. He knows how to win. So it's 2 games now. He's taken a roughing penalty. It's led to a power play goal. Are you surprised, disappointed? What's the word?
Both. Veteran guy should know better that, listen, we didn't like the hit on Theodore Bice again. Quite obvious, left his feet, targeted the head, so you're going to be upset, right? But that's playoff hockey. You got to find a way to channel it, and then, there's controlled aggression out there all over the ice in every series, so that's an area you've got to take a number and try to get those things squared away lately. Listen, Dallas went through it last year, right? Ben got thrown out, if you remember, and so there's a little bit of a learning curve that goes into it, and we should know better, to go back to your question, but it happens, and we've got one more game, obviously, to get it squared away, because margins are too thin right now, especially their power play. It's going well, the way they operate their power play. A guy like Nick Hag was a long body, can help defend how they throw pucks at the net. We don't have them available, so it even gives them another advantage. So we're going to have to make some adjustments on how we kill. I thought we did, as the game went on, did a better job. Obviously, the last goal, Robertson just made a nice play to find space. But going back to your question, that we have to take care of our discipline. Just have to. It's that simple.
Another close game. With the line changes you made, did you see some of the things you were hoping to see with the different combinations?
Like Nick Waugh's line a lot. Will Carrier had a lot of juice tonight. Puck was finding him, scored a goal, but that's his game where he's driving wide and creating havoc. But they're always a line you can rely on, no matter whether Coley's on it or if Barbie have to go in for Nick when he, or for Will, when he had his upper body injury. So I like that line. I thought Hertl had the puck more, made more plays with Jack, so more involved in the game. Obviously, Pav, he didn't get the minutes. I just thought it was a heavy game for him. We weren't sure how that would play out, but we knew we could double shift a guy in there if that wasn't going to work out. It allowed us to get Marshy a few more minutes, especially a guy that wasn't on the penalty kill, so he gets sitting for a while. Listen, I thought we did a decent job creating offense. They're a good hockey team, so that's why you're doing it. But you still have to check, and that's overall how you're going to win the game. If we, check well, we feel we're as good as anybody. And so even though we shuffled lines, the message was still, get offense from good neutral zone defense and good D-zone coverage and forecheck situations, create loose pucks, and put some anxiety in their game so you do get going the other way. So at the end of the day, I would have to look at it closer. We didn't win, so when you do something and you don't win it, you're always going to look in the mirror and wonder if it was the right thing to do. But obviously there was some good in there and some that I'll probably look at and say, well, that didn't work.
Where have the shortcomings been offensively at 5-on-5?
Well, the rush game for both teams, I think, hasn't been what you normally see during the year. They got a few looks in the second period. They got behind us. As I said, they're throwing some pucks out in the neutral zone, winning races. I think it was Dadnoff got behind our D once. The other time we just mishandled the puck, right? I mean, we just overskated it. We thought we were going one way, kept them in a change, and off it went. So that's puck management. Offensively, getting out of their swarm. I thought in the third period, both games we've done a better job trying to find the open guy, and then whether it's a D-man attacking. I think we had a couple of opportunities to make something happen. We turned down shots or didn't get the rebound or didn't hit the net. So that's part of it. Power play scored for us tonight. I thought had some good looks, so we got more opportunities on that. Sometimes it's just finishing, right? You run into goaltenders that are playing well, and I think if you look at this series, it's been a well-goaltended series in general. I don't think you could say that Hilly tonight and Logan or Ottinger's had a poor game.
You got to win one game. It's in your building. What do you hang your hat on in a positive way that you can get that done?
Well, I still think these last two games that we were right there, and in the second period, late again got away from us for puck management and discipline, and allowed them to get going. So we'll hang our hat on the other stuff that we feel we're playing a pretty good game. when we manage the puck and make the plays that are in front of us, they're never going to be perfect. They're quick. They're a team that gets on you. We obviously have to make a few adjustments on them leaving the zone early, how we can manage that better. But I thought when they were doing that, when we got the puck and collected it and, sort of countered quickly, we were pretty good. We were going. So there's give and take when you do that. And they got some opportunities. I thought we did because of that. So we'll hang our hats on the fact that we're the defending Stanley Cup champions. So there's lots of resolve in that room, a lot of winners in that room, a lot of pride in that room. So we got to go home and win one game at home in the playoffs. I mean, we should be able to, that's something we're certainly capable of. Will it happen? Dallas doesn't have a lot of say in that. So it's not this obstacle that we can't do. It's a home win. So let's get after it, get some rest tomorrow, and be ready to go.
Aiden hadn't played in a while. How'd you think he played?
I thought he was good. It's a tough way to start a 2-on-1. The power play goal, they do that well. They get people around the net. It was a deflection, that loose puck. He's reacting to the original shot, and they swat at it. So, and the last goal was a nice shot. I mean, they came over, again, a shot block that they came out of the pile, make a nice creative play. Second period, made some odd man rush stops. So, listen, he gave us a chance to win. Did his job. And as I said, well goaltended series, and their guy made a big save on Stevie, right? That some big saves during the game, and that's why it ends up a 1-goal game. And we just got to finish a little better. Like I said, I thought he played well. Thanks, Bruce. Thank you.
Look, obviously every game is different, but is there a certain thing you point to that you feel like has led to the shift in the series?
I said it before the game. There's going to be momentum shifts, throughout games and throughout series, and you got to handle that with composure. And I think we got, we let our emotions get the best of us in the second there. It was obviously penalty trouble, but in our, we got away from our game. I think had a little too much panic in our game, a little bit too much of a fire drill. We just got to handle the emotional side of it better.
Alex is a captain of Stanley Cup champion, right? Like, he's a leader on this team, but that's 2 games now. He's taken a roughing penalty that's led to a power play goal. Like, do you talk to him?
I'm just going to cut you off right there. You said it. He's a leader on this team. Playoffs are an emotional time. It's a revved-up environment. Can't win without emotion either, but you got to keep it in check.
From your experience, how do successful teams get through these stretches of adversity and take momentum back in a series?
I think it's a couple different things. You rely on experience. It's not the first adversity that this team has faced. It's to expect to win, or get to a Stanley Cup final or win a Stanley Cup, and to not ever have your back against the wall. I think that's probably fairly unrealistic. So, this is what playoffs are all about. We'll learn from this game and go home and see what we're made of, and put our best foot forward and get a win at home.
You mentioned this team has been through all. What do you think it is that's led to the frustration?
I don't know. You got to give them credit. They've played us hard. They've played us well. They played some really good hockey. So, like I said, we just gotta handle it a lot better. It's not going to be easy. They're at top of our conference for a reason. They're a really good hockey club. You just got to do a better job of managing frustration. That's why they're top of the division. We're not the first team that I'm sure that they've frustrated. So we just got to handle it better.
Losing 3 straight and needing 2 wins to stay alive. Not every team can do that, but what makes you confident that you guys can?
I think any team's capable of doing that. You must be Dallas media. Like I said, this is playoff hockey, and we're not looking at it as winning 2 games. We're going home and we're trying to get 1.
Every game's different, but is there a trend that you think has led to the shift in the series?
I think it's been a real tight series. Back and forth a lot. I think that was a tough one. We had some chances to tie it there in the third and just couldn't really finish. But it's been tight. Every game's a battle and close. And I think right now our focus has to shift on, getting the win at home. We can't lose 3 in a row at home, and then push it to a game 7. So I think that's just where our mindset's at now.
You talked about the push in the third. Is there anything more you think you could have done besides put it in the back of the net? Was there anything in particular you're looking for if you're in that situation again?
No, I mean, yeah, we had some looks. I mean, have to watch it over again, but no, I feel like we carried most of the play in the third, and we had some opportunities and got a lot of ozone time, and they're good in front of their nets, and they kind of just got into that simple game where they're chipping pucks out and trying to chase it. So, like I said, it's been a real tight series, and we just gotta fight, and our backs against the wall now. We got to win at home and push it to game 7 here.
Alec talked about being more disciplined, especially in the second. I mean, is that the frustrating part?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough sometimes on the road. Emotions are high, and it's a tight series, it's a battle. So I think it's just you got to stay composed. You want to bring that energy and that level of compete, but you gotta stay composed as a team, and especially on the road, playing a good team like them. So that's something we can learn from and got to be better at next game.
Alec used the word frustration a few times. Just is there anything they're doing other than just playing well that's been frustrating in this series?
I mean, there's not a lot of room, I think, for both teams. I think it's hard. Even the way they play, they're kind of in your face. They play a fast game, and they're trying to take off a lot. So sometimes, you feel like it's kind of getting batted around a little bit, and that can be frustrating. But you just got to battle through it. And they're in the third period. We had some opportunities. We just got to capitalize on those and stick with the game plan.
That's the first time you played with Hutton. How did you think it went?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player, and we have a real deep D-core, and anybody can play with anybody, so that's a good thing. And he was awesome stepping in there for us tonight.
Since you've come here, you've talked about the winning culture that you've recognized. I'm curious what part of that gives you the confidence that you can take care of the next 2.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have been through the grind, and they know what it takes to win, and it's not going to be easy, and every year is different. There's going to be ups and downs, momentum swings in the playoffs, and I think teams that can just stay even keel through the highs and lows and just keep fighting and battling are the teams that are going to be successful in the end. And we got a veteran group in here, guys that have played a long time and been through playoff runs, so they know what it takes, and we just got to buy in and kind of turn this page here and go at them on Friday.
Thank you.